Hey Pisces! Alright, so last month was interesting, right? So coming into August, let's talk about, well, we can discuss what happened this month, but also I just want to focus on shifting forward with August, right? We have the Great American Eclipse happening on August 21st, so that's an amazing opportunity to mend relationships, make major emotional changes, and we need that, right? Pisces, you guys are, I wrote down a couple things before I started filming because I was channeling your energy, and I was also talking to my Pisces friend. She was reminding me that Pisces, you guys handle stress really well, but you guys don't think you do, right? It's interesting. You guys really don't think you handle stress well, but you do. You're handling it amazing. Anyway, I wrote down love, old habits die hard. I wrote down stress, physically sick, physical ailments. You guys can be feeling nauseous. You guys can be getting a cold. When you guys are stressed, it comes out of your body. It can be physical pain, things like that. So be careful with that. Okay, perfect. So we're starting off this reading right. So coming out of July, amazing. Four of Wands, right? Celebrating unity, right? This is awesome. It's fantastic. So we're starting off the month right. And that has a lot to do with how you're preparing for the eclipse, right? So if you're going into it with everything's going to be the same, you know, the stress is going to be the same, everything's going to be terrible, then that's the kind of energy that you'll bring into the eclipse, and you don't want that. You want a positive energy into the eclipse. So this is awesome. Okay, cool. And then we have Queen of Swords and the Magician. This is very interesting. The Queen of Swords came out for the Scorpio reading as well. So you water signs are having a very air sign mentality lately. I mean, you guys are getting shit done. You guys have been productive lately, but also, I mean, more productive than usual, which is awesome. But that's because you've been so analytical and incisive and, you know, independent. You've taken on this role, which is fantastic. And then you have the Magician, which also came out in the Scorpio reading, but not in the tarot deck. It came out in the Goddess tarot deck, right? It didn't come out in the Rider deck. It came out in the Goddess deck. So that's interesting. Let's figure out this energy, because the Magician can shape-shift, right? Can make anything. It can make something out of nothing, right? That's what the Magician does. And it also distracts. So you have to take this at face value. So when you pull the Magician, right, and you're having a very incisive and strong and analytical way of looking at things, the Magician can shape-shift, and it can make things, it can make changes happen that you want to make happen, right? For a very positive outcome, a very celebratory, and this is an amazing card, because not only is it celebrating and bringing people together and joy, right? This is also about your spirit and your will of making positive changes. So when we talk about making positive changes, that makes everything just like, it sounds so general, make positive changes, but it's your way of thinking, right? I'm talking about changing your way of thinking, right? Because if you're always thinking negatively, then things will seem to always be negative. But if you look at them like, okay, I have this awesome opportunity, this great eclipse is happening, so I have the opportunity to change my thought process, right? And change the things around me that I want, you know, for a positive outcome. I want these positive things to happen. So you make them happen, right? So when we're, and also it's like, Pisces, you guys are so, you know, you run on emotion, right? That's what water signs do. But when the Queen of Swords pops out, that's just showing you that you're consciously already choosing to not throw so much emotion into everything, right? You're having a very, like, analytical boss type of attitude lately. And I love that. And that's going to continue into August. So let's talk about what I also wrote down, middle finger. So when I say middle finger, I'm talking about you're going to have a moment in August where it's going to feel like, and this can be before the eclipse, it's going to be maybe mid-August, you're going to have this moment where you're just going to want to shut off everybody, flip everybody off, and say, leave me alone, I'm done for, you know, I'm done for a minute. Like, leave me alone. So watch out for that because there will be a tiny moment where you're going to get frustrated and you're going to want to flip everybody off. So if you do that, that's fine. We've all done that. But also just be aware that, especially with the Magician coming out, right? When you're creating and making things happen for yourself, try not to create things can be negative around you and you can react to that, but things can also be negative around you and you can react positively to it, right? Your situation is based on how you react to it, or how you view it. So just be careful with that. Don't try to make it worse. You know, it's already going to be kind of like a stressful situation, but you can get through it if you are embodying this, like, I want everything to be positive. I want everything to be happy. Okay, here we go. When I was talking about this situation, sorry, my computer is far away. Okay, when I'm talking about this particular situation that's going to happen sometime in August, if it's not happening already, there is this person in your life that is going to be having this sneaky kind of energy. They're either going to take something from you or they're going to be very just sketchy towards you, right? They're going to take something from you, either emotionally or physically or financially. It's going to be something that's going to be very frustrating for you. And you can look at them and, you know, flip them off and decide, like, okay, I'm sick of it, like, and put your foot down. Or you can look at it as an opportunity to, ooh, yay. We'll talk about this in a second. We can look at it as an opportunity to change the way we react to certain people, right, in certain situations. Because if you're in this space, right, this awesome, celebratory, like, happy, spirited, you know, united phase in your life, like this month of August, that's great, you know, with your partner or with your family. That's awesome. And then this fucker sneaks in, right? And they're trying to take away something from you. And don't let them win, right? Don't let them win. Because what is winning right now for August, this is amazing. 10 of Pentacles. This is very positive. This is money, security, happiness with family, and uniting. And it's also a good sign of health. So good health and good money. So that's fantastic. And when I'm talking about physical ailments, right? Like those things that when you get stress like this in your life, when you get somebody in your life that does this to you, right? When you get somebody like that, you can get sick. You can get a cold, you can get, migraines, you can get allergy. I mean, just whatever your body, however it's reacting, it's going to react negatively. So take a moment with the eclipse to shift that, right? Make a major shift. Create what you want to happen. And you're good, right? This is very good for money and health. So focus on that, right? Because you don't want to be sick in all of August from someone else's negative energy. You don't want to do that. You want to embody the Four of Wands energy. So maybe you can just give them the middle finger and move on. Be done with it. You don't need to have negative people in your life at all. You just don't need it. You can control who comes in and out of your life, right? You can control how often you want to be around people to make yourself feel healthier and happier. So I love that. And I love that we have the Magician with the 10 of Pentacles. That's very, very positive for money and health. So if you guys haven't started making money already, August is looking good for that. When you're secure and you're happy and you're financially secure and you're, your energy's up and you're feeling productive, that's when you're at your best. We've had some depressing moments this year for Pisces. We've had a lot of drama. We've had a lot of stress. We don't need that anymore. So let's get rid of it. Okay, I'm pulling one more card for the... Oh, yes, thank God. For the Rider deck, and then I'll pull Goddess cards. Thank God. 2 of Cups. So there is someone in your life that is absolutely in unison, right? This is unity. This is like a soul mate, twin flame love connection. So there is someone that's going to be with you and supporting you throughout this scenario, right? Throughout this situation. And this soulmate love connection, right? This can be a very intense and passionate, like intertwined bond that is very hard to break. And also this can be resemble marriage. So when both of these cards come out, there can be a possibility of marriage. So, or, engagement, things like that. Celebrating your guys' love, in some kind of special way. So whether that's a ceremony or an engagement or something like that, you guys can be in talks of that right now if you have a loved one, or you can be meeting someone that is of that 2 of Cups energy. Okay, so already we have expression, amazing, 8 of Wands, so that's fantastic. When we're feeling this energy of like, when we're feeling this energy of like, yes, we have to make money, we have to, you know, come into money. We have to have this, right, whatever. You know what I'm saying? When we have this energy of like stressing about money, this is a good card to come out with that. Because it's showing that the way that you get this money, right, doesn't always mean that it's in a really high-paying job, a corporate position. It's not handed to you. You know, you have to work hard, but it is with something that you're happy with, you know, something you're expressing yourself with, something creative, something that brings you joy, right? Joy and self-expression. So that's awesome. And the money thing, like, you know, you attract certain things. So when you work hard and you're being productive like you have been, that attracts you to this card, the Ten of Pentacles, right? This energy of like, I need money, so I need to make money, so I'm going to make it happen. So things are looking good relationship-wise and financially. It's just that one moment, I don't know, that one moment, that one person in your life is going to just, you're going to have to give the middle finger to. Or, you know, tell them to go away. But yeah, just watch out for being sick this month and, or having physical body pain, things like that. When you get extra stressed, that tends to happen. So careful with that. I want to pull one more goddess card, and then I'll pull oracle card, and then I'll pull an angel card. Well, that one was going to come out, but it didn't. So, okay, there we go. There's our goddess cards. Pele, the Hawaiian goddess, purifier, awesome, fantastic. So there's a lot of fire energy coming out in the goddess cards. So that's fantastic. I'm going to lay them all out right here, and then I'll angle the camera down. Okay, next one, forgiveness. Amazing. Another fire card. Another fire energy. Forgiveness for maybe this person that is, you know, pissing you off, and not forgiving them because they deserve it, but forgiving them because for your own sanity, right? You don't need to forget, but sometimes you need to forgive for your own sanity. And this is awesome. So much fire. So, self-expression when it comes to money and finances, purifier when it comes to the Two of Cups, and forgiveness, right, when it comes to the Seven of Swords. So, that's a pretty good lineup. Now, let's see. We have two more. Oh, yes. Awesome. Okay, so we have, oh, I love this so much. The Great Void, a deity, right? And Crone Resurrection. So important. And this is a Scorpio energy card. So you guys are having, you know, kind of an interesting parallel with Scorpios this month. Of course, you guys are both water signs, but there's an interesting parallel, right? Crone means old, resurrection. So we're dropping the old habits and creating new ones. And this is awesome because this has to do with the Great Eclipse. So dropping old habits where we're not being forgiving, or we're not being, you know, completely open, and, you know, just, we need to take on this energy, this water energy, that you guys are so, you know, it's very abundantly clear you guys are so attached to this energy this month. Crone Resurrection, you know, coming out of something that's going to, you know, be a dark part. in your life, or a dark person. There was a dark situation that you need to learn to forgive and come out of. So you might have a moment with that in August and just give the middle finger to it, forgive, don't forget, and move on. And you'll build and you'll grow from that. And with the eclipse, okay, this is fantastic too. A deity, the great void, right? She is pregnant with everything that does not exist yet. She is the mother of the universe. So, what did I talk about with the magician, right? Creating things out of nothing. I mean, the magician and a deity do have a lot in common, even though they're not the same card, but the magician came out in the goddess card for Scorpios too. So there is an awesome parallel of creating something out of nothing. And you guys are doing that in August. So that's fantastic, right? It is manifesting, right? A deity manifests. She is the mother of the universe. So she creates things that do not exist yet from her womb. So that is awesome, right? You have a void, let's fill it. Let's make a change. So everything looks good this month, right? Relationship-wise, financially, everything looks good. Let's pull an oracle card. But yeah, this person in your life, just whatever this person is doing or has done to you or is going to do to you, take that as an opportunity to learn, you know, take it as an opportunity to learn to forgive, because you're not going to get anything out of holding a grudge, right? Okay, this one wants to come out. Ha! The cat. Healthy boundaries and independence. So this is quite incredible. What do we talk about? Queen of Swords, having that independent energy, right? So, and also healthy boundaries. So when we're talking about this situation, right, we need to have this healthy boundary with this person and cut them off. And yes, give them the middle finger, but also learn to forgive them. And with boundaries, right, comes crone resurrection. So you're learning new things about yourself, right? You're learning healthy boundaries now with this person that can be a family member, can be a friend. It's someone that you need to make sure you're having boundaries with, right? Don't allow them to manipulate you. Don't allow them to take things from you. And if they do end up doing that, you can cut them out, but also forgive them for your own sanity, right? And you don't need to tell them you forgive them. It's just a thing for yourself. You don't need to be like, hey, I forgive you for, you know, effing me over, whatever. But just know that there's this very clear energy happening, right? You need to forgive them for yourself. Okay? Let's pull an angel card here. And then, so I have a couple things. But anyway, awesome. Respect. Woo! That's freaking awesome. Okay? Healthy boundaries. Respect. Right? Someone is going to probably do something to you in a very disrespectful way. And you need to not come back at them with more disrespect. You need to just forgive and be the bigger person and have respect for yourself, right? Don't lash out at them, because that's not going to do anybody any good. And also respect has to do with what's happening with your guys' love relationship right now too. You know, there's a very clear bonding happening. So you guys can feel closer than ever before and have this mutual respect for each other. And this situation can also bring you guys closer together. So, you know, whatever this situation is, whoever this person is, family member, friend, whatever, this can bring you closer to your soulmate, lover, person. So it could bring you guys closer together. Does that make sense? Yes. And have more mutual respect for each other based on this situation. So healthy boundaries, independence, creating something out of nothing. You guys are awesome. Making money and making progress with self-expression. So things look really good for August. Pisces, I will be in Sacramento and San Francisco sometime in September. I don't know the exact dates yet, but if you'd like a private reading in person, email me through my website. Link is down below, and we can figure out that if you're in one of those areas in September. If not, then just book a regular reading for FaceTime, Skype, or a pre-recorded reading, whatever you want. Link is down below. Just push book now. All right? So I love you guys, and have an awesome eclipse, and I'll see you next month. Bye, Pisces.